Before we start this video, this whole thing was made because of a request by a viewer named Wraithface. That's right, I don't bite. If you want another part of 40k to be covered in the next video, go ahead and tell me down in the comments down below. With that, onto the video. Krieg, before, was like any other hive world, exporting hardware and people for the Imperium's military. The aristocrats and the planetary governor of Krieg were greedy and short-sighted. Eventually, the planetary governor decided to do the dumbest thing possible, and declare independence from the Imperium of Man, while also renouncing the Emperor of Mankind. Yeah, that doesn't roll around here. Nuke the entire planet. Yep, good job. Thank you. In a long war with no help from the Imperium, the people of Krieg fought in trench warfare for 500 years, with the Imperium loyalists coming out on top. No one came to check in on them until about 600 years, though. This hardened, irradiated existence wasn't just a hobby for the people of Krieg, but it became a lifestyle. Surprisingly, when the Imperial Tithe came to take guardsmen from their planet, 20 whole regiments were shipped away trained, equipped, and wanting the most dangerous battles possible. This is quite surprising, considering KD itself could only ship out about 8 regiments every time the Imperial Tithe asked for more. Along with that, the people of Krieg lived in underground tunnelways and bunkers to stay away from the radiation. The regiments of Krieg that wanted the most deadly battles were dubbed the Death Korps, and they were right at home on the battlefield, and would work decisively on irradiated, toxic, dust-ridden planets. Krieg since then has become one of the best-known death and war worlds, with 10 regiments being spit out every year to fight. I'm surprised they're making people instead of trying to make people with shovels, but good on them for not doing that. The Death Corps of Krieg have become the Imperium's go-to siege specialists, mainly because they're really good at trench warfare and just fighting for a long time. Wars of attrition, they love that. Defensive combat, they need that. Siege drills and trench digging are their favorite pastimes. KREIGSMEN don't particularly have a happy disposition and hate surrender and fight without fear, often relishing to die for the God Emperor of Mankind. They fling themselves at enemies believing death is better than defeat, and are considered very hardcore for the normal guardsmen. But because of this, commissars have it easy when they look over a Death Corps regiment, with them only working as a diplomatic middle ground between them and normal guardsmen. No one has any idea where all these KREIGSMEN are coming from, though. Well, I mean, besides that they come from Krieg, of course. The working theory is that a lot of them are actually younger child soldiers hiding behind a mask. Or my personal favorite, that they're clones. I love clones! I don't know. They are kind of weird, but it's pretty cool anyways. KREIGSMEN are given downright torturous training regiments as well as being trained from birth. Quite a few of them die during training, like a bit more than usual, which is another reason they're probably clones. After getting rid of the riffraff of the weak, they take these small trained children and viciously bully them until they become edgelords, while daily taking them on marches and trench digging exercises. The average KREIGSMEN comes equipped with a hotshot lasgun that hits harder, but gets to ouchie levels of hot and drains a power pack in 25 shots. This is why they're given 6 power packs, just to keep those hot shot lasers firing. You can get this gun in Darktide too, which is pretty cool. They're also equipped with pretty normal flak armor, a knife, a jacket, and a spooky looking face mask that the KREIGSMEN are known for. There's a lot more normal stuff like lamps, rations, a sleeping bag, grenades, but above all else, their entrenching tool has become their most noteworthy weapon. Sometimes they just go ahead and decide that something does not deserve to live in the Emperor's galaxy and clangs them right on the head, killing the beast. They can also ride horses, tanks, carry heavy guns, fire heavier guns, and be commissars. One of the most notable deployments of KREIGSMEN happened when they leveled an entire hive city after it renounced the Emperor. Having large amounts of generational trauma, the KREIGSMEN then bombed it to the ground for a good few years. This was even after they surrendered too. They just kept bombing the city, with nothing left but rubble. One of the most famous Krieg's persons was Marshal Armim Kagori. Am I saying that right? I hope so. They were fighting off Chaos Marines and even Chaos Titans with even normal guardsmen being able to gain ground against them. And then some Space Marines from the Red Scorpions chapter came down and dapped them up to help them mop up the rest of Chaos. Unfortunately for Kagori, some things started getting pretty darn crazy with how Chaos was warping reality, and he stepped down from his commanding position to give it to a Grey Knight. For Kagori's feats in leadership and gaining ground even against Chaos Space Marines, he was dubbed a great war hero. Well, that's the Kriegsman for you. Hardcore, serious, and always willing to get the job done no matter the cost. I love their no-nonsense attitudes and their grim-dark semi-evil twist where they are hardcore till the very end. If you like this video and want to see more from me, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button. What do you like about the Kriegsmen, or do you dislike them? Do you have any requests? Make sure to tell me in the comments down below. See you in the next video, fellas.